Hi, Neil here from Neil Damel Health and Fitness, and today in this video I just want to discuss a little bit about complacency. Um, Recently I've been thinking a lot, and I've videoed a message to myself a couple of days ago while I was away, and just thinking about complacency and how that's affected my life. So recently gone through a breakup and kind of it questioned my motives in terms of, why has this happened? What has led me to this point? And it got me thinking on the path of complacency. And in general, that can be applied to every area of your life that you want to succeed in. And it registered to me that I got complacent in my relationship, and how that can be transferred into other areas, regardless of your job, your health, your relationship with your family, relationship with your friends, how you apply yourself when you go to work. And it really got me thinking, why do we become complacent? And complacency generally is being comfortable with the situation you've ended up in and feeling that you don't have to work any harder at that situation. You feel that's it now. You've reached the point where everything is good, so you stop trying. And really, complacency, as what I've learned in the past few months, is really the end of anything good. So if you are in a relationship, think about when you first got with that person. You really wanted to see them all the time. You were, making the effort to go and spend a night with them, go out for a drink, go to the cinema, go for a meal, drive so far to see them, stay up late, even if you had work the next day, chat to them on the phone whenever they called, text them all the time. And people say that's a honeymoon period. And generally, yes, if you've not been in a relationship before, and it maybe was new to me that is always the case. But in general, I think now that's not the case. It's just we become lazy, become content and complacent, and we take everyone for granted that's in our lives. And because we do that, the relationship or whatever it may be, this is on a downward spiral to crap, basically. I'm not saying that everybody's relationship has done that, but if we do stop trying, we do stop making the effort for the people that we love and care about, ultimately they're going to stop trying, stop caring as well. So it works both ways, but ultimately you got to be the bigger person to step up and continue to be that person that you were when you first met that person. Keep calling them, keep making the effort. I mean, how has things changed from day one to day 60 or to day 360? The only thing that's changed is your application to improve that relationship and to make things better all the time. You're still busy when you first met that person with work, with your other social commitments with your friends, with going to the gym, whatever. But you still made time to see them. So why has that changed 60 days down the line, 365 days down the line, 4 or 5 years down the line? The only thing that's changed is your application, and you become complacent in this relationship. And because you become complacent in this relationship, the relationship is no longer a happy relationship. And it was only happy because you made the effort. And it's what's realised to me now. It's like, you're in a great place. Everybody that's in the relationship when they first start going out, they're all buzzing, happy, you're loving it, and then halfway down the line, it's not as, it's a bit boring now. It's because both people become complacent and it's not exciting anymore. So if both people stopped becoming complacent and continue to have that effort and, really appreciate them for what they are, because when they're gone, and, you might have a second chance, you might, have that opportunity, but sometimes until someone's gone, you realise how much they meant to you and how much your life was so much more fulfilling with them in it, regardless of maybe ups and downs. That can be applied to your parents, your nans. How often do you see them? When they're gone, and if they're getting older, that's it. You can't turn back the clock. And it's really kind of hit home. It's like, regardless of everything you do in your life, you cannot become complacent. So if we apply this to starting an exercise program, everybody in January has been hell for leather in the gym, and then come February they get bored and they fall off the bandwagon. Resolutions hit the bin basically. So think about, you've become complacent again. You can become complacent because you started to exercise, feeling okay, so you can take the edge off, just wind it down a little bit, take the foot off the accelerator, and then slowly but surely you end up in the same path, going back down to middle of the summer. Oh, I wish I worked out, my body's not as good as it would be, I feel really insecure about going out on holiday, going to the beach. But then when you were exercising, you felt really good, and then slowly but surely complacency set in. I was going to the gym 3 times a week, so if I just go once a week, I should be okay. It's not okay. It was brilliant when you were going 3 times a week. Just think how amazing you did feel when you were. And then you can become complacent and it becomes crap. And then before you know it, you realise, why has it become crap? And the realisation is you become complacent. You're not too busy to not go to the gym. When you went to the gym at the start of January, you made the effort, you made the time. So you were still working in January and you're still working in February. So what's the difference? Your hours are still going to probably be the same. Your commitments with family and friends are still going to be the same. But you've just made that time to go to the gym and focus on your fitness and your health and make that a priority. Just as you would do when you first meet someone, you make them a priority in your life. Now that needs to be balanced, obviously, as we go through a relationship or continue to exercise all our lives, but we still make that time, and we still need to not become complacent. Because honestly, if you become complacent, you've only got yourself to blame. It's just going to be going downward spiral, and then you end up in a situation, you wonder how you got there, and then until things may break up, you stop exercising, you've put on quite a bit of weight, and there should be a realisation then you've become complacent. You've stopped trying. And when you stop trying, things stop happening. Imagine when you first started a new job that you're really excited about getting, or you put all your effort in to apply for this job, put all the research in, and getting a good interview, performing well in the interview, turning up on time on your first day, staying late on your first day, staying late maybe for a few weeks on end to show your boss how good you are at your job. And then what happens 6 months down the line? Oh, I'm going to clock off at 5 instead of 7. Why? You're starting to become complacent again because you're comfortable in your job. The boss loves you, or your staff love you. You're doing well. Getting a good pay packet. You're getting what you wanted. But then you slowly but surely become complacent in what you're getting. Take your ball off the horns. Slowly but surely, you're finding that you're not getting the opportunities in work anymore. You're not getting the first dibs in a new project. And why is that? Because you become complacent and the boss has seen it. They may have become complacent and not giving you the opportunity. But you're not there offering the opportunity because you're not staying late, you're not getting in early, you're not working your ass off to prove to them, as you did when you first started, that you're a worthy employee. You've become complacent again, and then slowly but surely you say, this job is not for me. I'm not getting what I deserve. I'm going to look for another job. And then the cycle continues. Same as the cycle continues in a diet. It's not for me, it's not working. Become complacent. Things have stopped you stop losing weight, you stop feeling as fit as you used to be. So I need to try something new. No, you don't need to try something new. All you need to do is stop becoming complacent and keep hammering it as you did the first day on that diet, as you will do on day 90. You need to be focusing on that person you love 100% every day on day 1 and day 500 or whatever down the line, because a relationship cannot become complacent. You cannot become complacent. You cannot be complacent in your job. You cannot be complacent in your body. You cannot take anything for granted, because this is one life we live. And when you do become complacent, you become miserable. So you need to embrace everybody that's around you, every opportunity that you get. We live in an amazing, unbelievable world full of resources that you can access to achieve anything you want. And if you become complacent in that, you're missing out on everything that's available to you. And all that's going to lead to is misery. guarantee you there's going to end up in misery in some form or another. For me, there's been a big realization, and every day, you got to go through the ups and downs to experience the ups, experience the lows, and you learn from your mistakes. But for me, I never want to become complacent ever again, ever. I want to keep pushing, keep getting better in whatever relationship happens in the future. Family and friends around me. It's unbelievable opportunities and unbelievable gifts that I've been given that I will never want to be complacent, take anyone for granted whatsoever again. And just think about them as you're meeting them for the first time. Think of your mates that, when you first start hanging out with them all the time, buzzing to be around, and then you become complacent because you got other commitments, families and friends. It's not that you're too busy, it's just you're too lazy to go and see them. Well, you made the effort before, and now there's an excuse, you can't be bothered. Now, I'm sorry, but you're not going to take a TV with you when you die and remember a TV program. So one evening, why don't you just get out of the TV, stop watching me, if you're watching me now, and just go and see your mate. It'll take you 2 hours, or get on the phone and give them a call. That's the memories you're going to take with you when you die. Not, oh, I'm glad I saw the whole of Breaking Bad in a weekend. I'm sorry, but people wouldn't really care about that when you're at your funeral, talking about how amazing you were, that you spent all your time giving love to everybody else and giving it back. So think about that now, because honestly, you don't want to regret it as you get older. You don't want to regret it whatsoever. So, video hopefully that you can think about, certainly opened my eyes, and never become complacent.